Hello, hello. Welcome back to Math Made Possible. I believe I can. I am your teacher, Miss Howard, and today we're going to be talking about how to add and subtract fractions for 5th grade math. So we're going to be using the Illustrative Math Unit 6, Lesson 9 content. If this is your first time here, please understand we don't go over the whole lesson. This is just a summary. If you would like to view the full lesson for Lesson 9, you're welcome to type in Illustrative Math, Grade 5, Unit 6, Lesson 9, and you'll see a full lesson there. So our topic for today is using equivalent expressions to add and subtract fractions with unlike denominators. All right, here are some steps to add and subtract fractions. The first step is that we have to make like denominators. And if you don't know how to make like denominators, I have another video that I've posted on the channel to show you different strategies for making like denominators. Then we have to make equivalent fractions after we have our like denominators. After that, we'll need to add or subtract. Then we need to make sure that we are not changing our like denominator. Okay, so what we have to understand whenever we're adding or subtracting fractions, we have to make sure that before we begin that we find like denominators. And we can take a look here. We see that 12, we have 12 for both denominators. So what we are not going to do is change our denominators. We're going to keep it as 12. Now we'll go up to our numerators. 8 plus 10, that equals 18. And then we ask how many, we simplify this. You might see this as an answer on a test, but just in case you don't see the answer, let's go ahead and simplify that. We can ask ourselves how many groups of 12 can we make in 18? Or as one of my students put it, they know that 12 over 12, that equals 1. And then we ask ourselves how many more do we have, right? So we have 12 pieces here. Out of 12, that's one whole. We still have our one whole. Just like cutting a pizza pie into 12 pieces, you still have 12 pieces there. So you have one whole, but you have some more extra. You have a total of 18 slices. So we'll say that would be 6 extra slices out of 12. And another way you could look at that to see how many would be our numerator right here, you could take a look at 8 and 2, and we know that 8 minus 2 equals 6. Well, now that I have another value, this could be another value that's represented on a test, or you could see an even more simplified value. And what we would do in order to simplify our answer is we would divide both the numerator and our denominator by a number that would go into both numbers. I know that 6 divided by 6, well, that equals 1. Let me keep my whole number. That equals 1. And I know that I can make 2 groups of 6. So 12 divided by 6 equals 2. So you could see it as 18 over 12, 1 and 6 over 12, or 1 and 1/2. Let's look at our next one. Actually, I'm going to let you do that one on your own. Try that one. Let me give you a moment to try it. And now I'm going to begin. All right, so we have our common denominator of 6. So we'll write 6 as our denominator, and we'll just add straight across. 4 plus 5, that equals 9. Well, since we do have another improper fraction here, we do have to simplify it. Again, you might see the 9/6 on the test, but if you don't get upset. Just simplify. So you ask yourself how many groups of 6 can I make in 9? And that would be 1 with 3 left over. So another strategy, you start from 6 in your mind. 6, 7, 8, 9. That would be 3 over 6. So you could see it like this. You could see it like this. Or an even more simplified strategy is you should be able to see that you have that 3 is half of 6. Excuse me, let me go ahead and erase that. And let me also tap into the question for that one student who said, Miss Howard, I just want to see how we simplify. Well, again, I asked myself what number can go into 3 and 6. And I know I could divide 3 into 6, and I know I could divide 3 into 3. So we divide 3 at the top and divide 3 at the bottom. And we have our whole number remains the same. And to simplify that fraction, 3 divided by 3, that would be 1. And 6 divided by 3, that would be 2. Okay? Hopefully you came up with one of these 3 answers. Let me circle them for you. You either came up with 1 1/2, or you came up with 1 3/6, or you came up with 9/6. All of those answers are equivalent. I just want to make sure that you know how to go all the way down to the simplified answer, because you never know which way it's going to show up on your exam. Okay, so students also asked me to show them 2 different ways to find like denominators. As you can see in this problem, it's the same problem. However, I'm going to use 2 different strategies to solve them. This one, let's do this strategy from the video, which was to ask yourself, can I multiply a number times 4 to get 12? And you should know that 4 times 3 equals 12. So what we're going to do is we're going to write our denominator is still going to be 12. So we keep our first fraction the same because it already has 12 as a denominator. This one is a subtraction problem. So I'm going to circle my subtraction. And now I do have to make an equivalent fraction for this. So we said that we know that 4 times 3, that equals 12. So that will be our new denominator. And now we start from scratch. We'll keep our first fraction because, again, it already has 12 as a denominator. We are going to put our subtraction sign. Okay. I know that 4 times 3 equals 12. Whatever I do at the bottom, I'm also going to do at the top. And that would be 9. And now I'm going to subtract 15 minus 9. So one of the strategies a student taught me, or not taught me, but showed us today, was 15 minus 9. If you start from 15, right? 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9. So your answer will be 6, because you have 6 fingers up, over 12. You can also begin with the number 9. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Those are 2 other ways that you can subtract 15 minus 9. Okay? Here's our problem again. We have 6 over 12, and we should already know that 6 is 1/2 of 12. So you can see either one of those 2 answers. You could see it as 6/12, or you could see it as 1/2 on your test. Now let's do a different strategy. Another strategy that we used was a T-chart. And we'll write 12, and we'll write 4. I'm going to start with my smaller number just to see how high I have to go. So we have 4, 8, 12. And we can see that that also matches 12 in the other column. So according to our T-chart, 12 is our common denominator. So I want you to go ahead and work this out using the strategy that we did on the left, which is our next step. We have to find our equivalent fractions, then we subtract. Okay? All right, that's it for today's video. I do want to say thank you so much for watching. Hopefully the volume on this is better until I'm able to get a mic. We're going to keep on rolling because I still want you to get the information. But I do want you to go ahead and watch grade 5 unit 6 lesson 9, or you can search up how to use equivalence expressions to add and subtract fractions with unlike denominators, so that you can get another perspective and continue to practice on your own. If you have not done so already, I would greatly appreciate it if you subscribe to our channel to get the information out there so more kids can know how to add and subtract fractions. I appreciate you, and I'll see you in lesson 10.